What is love?
Here she stands, all broken and bound, but nobody notices how she really is barely standing tall. The tides of her life have taught her to give and love and forfeit all that she is in order that others might become. Little did they know that this is a mass suicide and we should all suffer for it someday. Toddling on her remaining big toe, she works to walk in spite of the giving and taking and accepted damage, and realizing that no one really cared about the outcome of her but herself. So she set out to repair, repent, replenish a self that was never born yet. Starting herself over was really more than that. It was really beginning again without interference.
So, it appears you are a minister.
It would appear that way, although I've never really been convinced I'm the best candidate and all. And I'm very willing to change that description if that's what I need to do.
Yes, it's a demanding calling indeed. Your chart says you're having troubles. In fact, you're feeling like going on is impossible.
Yeah. I mean, bankruptcy, stress, my car impounded. I can't get work. I ended my marriage, my past. It's a long story.
Well, there's a lot going on with you. Is there anything else you want to share?
Well, I guess I should talk about what got me here, about my own demons. Seeing as everything is pretty much in chaos, that would probably be a good start.
How many do you have? I mean, how many demons do you think you have?
Well, that's a long story too. All I know is that I feel as if I've had a couple of different voices waging war inside of me, and I'm not sure which one to listen to.
Another long story. Looks like a lot of work to do. Let me ask you something. If we decide to work together, what is it that you really want to accomplish at the end of this?
What do I want? I want to tell the truth to somebody. And maybe if I do that, I'll end up myself again. I want to live going forward, not backward.
Tell me, what does yourself really look like?
Oh, now that's a good story. I can't wait to hear that one. Next thing you know, she'll be telling you that I'm the culprit, that I snatched her away. I told her, you are my shrew that has to be tamed, and there is no way I will let you rise. No phoenix rising here. Little bitch of mine.
Did you hear something? Did you hear another voice in the room?
No, did you? I mean, sometimes I do hear other voices, but not now. Are you okay, Doc?
Oh, dear, please, excuse me, continue.
Well, I really have no idea what I would look like. I can't even imagine me. Hell, I can't even tell if I'm here half of the time. You see, Doc, I really haven't been honest with myself or anyone about the real truth. And if I start talking about it, everyone will think I'm completely nuts. And I am.
Well, you're already hearing voices. I think crazy has been established. But crazy isn't the issue. We're all a little crazy. The real question is, what are those truths you've been working so hard not to tell someone?
The truth about what will happen if I become who I am. Because I know what will happen if I do. I will be alone the rest of my life because nobody will want it. Jesus, I'm not sure I even want it.
Not sure you want what? What don't you want?
Me. I don't want myself. Aren't you listening to me? Aren't I paying you to listen to me?
No, actually, this is a free service.
Well, I'm pretty sure some payment of some sort is going to be required here.
No, the guidance, it's free. It just has a price. And that price is everything that's not working, peeled away like layers on an onion.
Giving up everything that's not working? That is everything. And for what? The possibility that I'll end up normal?
Well, normal or not, at least you would be living truthfully without the layers.
This is your plan? I mean, you want me to peel away like an onion by telling the truth? Out loud?
Listen, I've got experience at this. Beneath all those layers is a powerful woman.
Powerful? How can I be powerful if I lose everything?
Listen, this is how I want to get started. I want you to take this journal and I want you to start writing in it.
A Ginny journal? What the hell is a Ginny journal?
You know, Ginny. Gin. Short for Virginia, short for vagina, pussy pulse, sweet Mama Jane, the golden chalice, the affectionate word we like girls to use about their private parts. Kind of makes them giggle, but it helps them to see their vaginas as, well, you know, a best friend, a playmate.
You want me to write about my vagina like a playmate? My Ginny? And this is gonna get my head together?
Yep, guaranteed to work if you're really honest. And oh yeah, there's one more little thing, and there's no negotiation on this. I want you to stop having sex.
Stop having sex? For how long? A week? A month? A year?
You know when to resume. You know when she's ready to trust again, if you're really listening. If you're really not willing to, if you're willing not to give up.
And talking to my Ginny will help?
Always does. Loosens things up, gets the wheels greased, rotates the tires. You know, like a tune-up. A Ginny tune-up.
A Ginny tune-up. I've never heard of this kind of therapy before. Are you sure this is going to be covered by my insurance plan? Some women's hearts are like oceans. They sway and toss and rise and swell, and there is no controlling their multitude of directions or mastering a measure of their real depth. And since it is not healthy to try to limit the life of an ocean or restrict her with borders or pollution or try to tame her to yield what you want, it is often best to observe in awe the passion waves within. It takes time to understand an ocean heart and willingness to study its rhythms and losses and dark-dwelling animal life. Only through commune does one come to know that deep water soul, which is maybe why so few hesitate to take the risk the tides or chance the toss of mighty waves. They do not think they can survive, when in truth, she just never learned how to be superficial.
I call her the Virgin's Promise, and I bet you want to know why, don't you? The other day, I watched a young girl at a coffee shop. She was probably 16 years old, and I could tell she was a virgin, the way she protected herself, but at the same time put her newfound sexual beauty out there for the world to see. I realize why someone might want to take that kind of innocence, molest it. It's so perfect, just like touching her had the power to make you come alive again. Sometimes I imagine being taken as a virgin in my fantasies, which my therapist tells me is okay, and that almost every woman likes to imagine that sometimes. It's different, though, when it's all that you can think about deserving, being taken, voiceless. Christ, I wasn't expecting this. I was really content just being miserable. Up until now, all I had to do was keep busy and eat myself into another 10 sizes. I can't ignore the undone. It's all of those years of detaching from the truth is colliding with the reality I am barely even living. Oh, on the outside, I am sure I appear whole. I am even greatly admired. One would not even suspect how fragmented I have become, living out the roles that makes everyone content but me. In my mind, I'm doing all the right things, the things that have been expected of me. School, college, dating, marriage, children, credit cards, mortgage, 2 cars, 2 kids, career. I followed the formula. I did what you expected. Something isn't right. My body, my soul, my heart feels haunted. I would have ended it long ago. But those kids wanted me whole. What did you do then when your kids want you, need you whole? I have worked very hard to keep those ghosts at bay. Luckily, I have 3 very close friends help me reach that goal. My own little strengths or personalities, you know, parts of us that keep us from peering into the darkness. Some might call me strange, relying on those different selves. I mean, we certainly all know each other, and each of them is just an exaggeration of my real self. It's just a little bit extra me, like all my Myers-Briggs personality results on meth. Showing up when I smoke too much weed, or drink too much wine, or work all night long. Until now, it all worked like clockwork. Until now. Okay, I will pull myself together. I am normal. I am normal. Remember your distractions. Do not remember the rampage, not today. Remember your damn affirmations, woman. I know you're all worried about watching me break down and unravel. And those crazy paintings, especially the one with the knife in it. You all sweat when I pull that one out, and you laugh copingly. All the while hoping I don't hurt you, hoping I emerge intact. Watching my own self from the inside, I can only hope I emerge. And I'm sure you're all good people, but you don't have a clue. People who wouldn't notice me in a crowd or think for 1 minute I was disintegrating or multiplying right in front of your eyes, even if I calmly work and cook and clean and parent and laugh every single day. I am sorry, but I can no longer be the lie that makes you comfortable, no longer breathe that old air. And now I am gasping from one deep, familiar breath of myself.
If I could be your wizard, I would gather all of your pain pebbles and pack them away in my bag of magic, filled with my own boulders of agony. Together, we would hurl that sack into the gaping crevice that is the Grand Canyon. With one giant letting go, we would watch that trickster container fly into the gaping canyon depth within until it crashed, dispersing all over that abandoned glacier, letting those thunderous spells have one last voice, shifting the earth just a little more that day. No one but you and I would feel the hollow earth quake as shards of our history scattered all over that grand rock container, which is really the only place that could hold it. And we would witness to the shifting of tectonic plates and the release of ancient geographies we have been walking on for far too long. You make me remember all that has accumulated.
Well, it's me and you again, Jin. We've really started to solidify this relationship now, haven't we? I mean, at this point, year 3, I think we've got a pretty good understanding. And you've definitely found your own voice now, haven't you? Oh, I hear you yearning at night. I hear you purring, and I feel like this old cat that is stretching out its body after a long nap. And we are feline, you and me, Jenny. I hate to admit it, but I enjoy our nights out, me and you, Jenny. No need to shave, put on perfume, to wear any special outfits. Just me and you, candles lit, and I'm finding it pretty interesting making love to myself. I think we might even be having more fun than all of my friends who've got someone. The problem is, all of this alone time is distorting my view towards the whole sex thing. I mean, words like special and sacred and pure are creeping into my head, and I'm not ready to listen all the way. I mean, they feel something like standards or values. Oh, even worse, decisions. And I'm not about to make that commitment. I want my options open. I mean, what if I find someone tonight at this party? Hey, it's my life. I should jump whoever I want. And what's hard, Jenny, is that I'm changing into what I always wanted to be, but never really had the chance to. I'm falling in love with myself, with you, with us. And I feel myself being more of a woman than if I was doing the down low. I mean, it feels like power, real power, my power, settling in right down there. And it makes me want to dance and dance and dance. But at night, Jenny, in that first hour, it's agonizing. And I feel like I'm about to go crazy, just hoping for something to touch me. I mean, not just my body, but my heart and my soul. Someone, somewhere. Jin, the real truth is, I dream of arms surrounding me, legs entwined, and sleeping sounds, and someone that wants to know this sweet woman that I am becoming.
She has remained hidden like most women do, and the lines connecting her roadmap have been thus far deflected from her control. But each step raises higher, and those muscles grow stronger, and she practices her newborn walking in womanhood. Without a him or a her, or a thing or a want distracting those first steps, she inclines herself to being powerful at the risk of stranded isolation in the fall. Somehow, with each grand advance forward, her being alone in the free fall is necessary for becoming. Doors open, toes test the waters of the outside world, and she wonders, Where have I been all this time? This wandering baby girl who was born already dancing.